Honestly, my favorite is when the cops showed up about the kidnapping.
Oh my God.
Oh, Holden. Oh,
He was
shit.
there. Cameron was there. Cameron
I was the reason it happened.
Yeah,
Cameron-
weren't you the kidnappee?
No, that was Chad.
Oh yeah, Chad was
But
the kidnappee.
Cameron can verify every bit of that story, except for the last bit, which might be my favorite part.
That's my favorite story. I don't care what anyone says.
Dude. All right, so do you think the people want to hear it, or do we want to
course
keep
they
that
do.
for a later episode?
I mean, get after it, man. We got time. Oh, this story is like a 20-minute story front to back.
Okay. Oh, dude, this is so fucking funny. So Holdren comes down, and if you ever, I guess Holdren can't afford to sue me for defamation.
I mean, yeah.
What,
Dude,
off
he's
the-
gonna
off
hate
the
you for
$100
saying that. I
of his
love you,
country
Chad.
music
Dude, I love
concert?
you,
Come
Holdren.
on.
You're a fucking cool guy. He is a really cool guy. I'm just fucking with him. But so he comes down to San Luis Obispo. I was running the movie theaters at the time, the Fremont, Mission, and Downtown Center Cinemas.
Yeah, he came down with me. I was
Yeah.
coming down. He's like, "Can I come?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't care."
This
Turns
segment
out-
is
turns out
sponsored by
Turns out I care.
Cambodia. This segment is sponsored by Cambodia.
Cambodia Light.
So they come down, and it's like the fucking Mardi Gras weekend, which used to be a thing in San Luis Obispo before the draconian police cracked down on it. And we're sitting at our house. Lane was there living, myself, and this.
I wasn't
crazy...
down there yet. I hadn't moved down yet.
Oh, yeah, this was
He
before you
came
moved
down
Okay.
with me.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I got that confused because we had. But so Jeannot, myself, so Jeannot, the Tahitian guy, and the professional cellist, and Corey, who is like one of the surliest human beings you will like. He's a pirate. Like if you ever thought you met a pirate,
He legitimately is a pirate.
No joke, dude.
I want to preface this with saying, outside of me in this group and Corey, I don't know Corey's talent. When sober, both Cameron and Chad are outstanding singers.
Only sober. Got it.
Well,
I'm pretty good when I'm drunk still, but
when you can read the paper.
so let's get to that in a second. So
Dyslexia kicks in hard with alcohol.
We're sitting at the Toro house, right? And it's like we've all been drinking all day. And I can't remember if it was a Super Bowl or something. There was some reason why we were all drinking all day. And then Holdren, he's a hilarious drunk. And he's very confident. And so he says, he knows about this karaoke night, this place used to be called Mother's. Now I think it was called Motav. God knows what it's called.
It was Motav. I want to know how he found it, because I certainly didn't tell him. I'm not volunteering karaoke information to Chad.
Listen, you only sing in your car. We found this out. There's going to be karaoke night in there.
Dude, you're going to have to secretly do that, Kevin. I will help you from here. I will find a way.
I told you.
But so we're sitting there, and Holdren's like, we're like, well, let's all go downtown. It's Mardi Gras, and we're going. And Holdren's like, as we're walking, I don't even remember how he brought it up, but he was like, I'll bet you that I can beat you as a singer at karaoke tonight. And I was like, you can't. What are you going to bet? You don't have any money. And he was like, an unanswered punch to the face. And I was like, I don't think that's a really good idea, man.
It's a great
Like
idea.
I really don't think that's a good idea, dude. I'm not the best fighter that used to be professional that retired, but I am a professional fighter that retired. So, it's like, at the time I was like, all right. So we get in there, and by the time we got to Mother's, I was already so fucking drunk that we go inside, and I'm like, shit, I'm just gonna have to let Chad punch me in the fucking face. I can't even read the fucking paper. So Holdren goes up, and he immediately goes for the hardest fucking song that you can do on karaoke ever.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna pipe in here, because I don't know that you're going to be. This is like that situation on Parks and Rec where he's like, give me all the steak and eggs in the building, and the guy turns around and he's like, hold on, wait. What I think you heard was, give me a lot of steak and eggs. And what I said was, give me all the steak and eggs in the building. When I say Chad didn't hit a fucking note, he did not hit a fucking note.
Is Chad the one that did the? He's the nipple crippler, right?
Yes, he's the dude that
The nipple crippler. That is,
Yeah.
dude, he used to run up and do this shit where he would fucking run out of the bathroom and fucking give you naked hugs, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what?
dude, he's a
naked
kid.
hug.
I had a friend like that. His name's Eddie.
They got the story where he, for the very last time he ever decided to fucking twist one of my nipples, and my hand came out of my pocket and lifted up under his rib and just dropped him.
Well, I mean, it sounds about like what happened later in this story that we're telling right now.
Yeah, except I didn't draw blood or involve doctors.
This last one did.
Well, you know, I mean, that's so we go in and I'm like, and he signs up for the hardest country song you can ever do, which is "Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up." It's like a rap song.
Yeah,
country.
I know that
Like,
song.
and I mean, it's such a and I'm like, I looked at him and I was like, really? And he was like, I'm gonna win, dude. I'm gonna win. He's like,
He is unreasonably confident.
and so then I'm like looking at the book and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't fucking read.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hammered. All right, well, whatever. Holdren can punch me in the face. It's
Just
that's
choose
fine.
a song you know.
And yeah, whatever. It's like it's not like he's gonna do any damage. So then he proceeds to get up on the stage and stumble around and is like, and he almost falls off the stage. And he almost fell off the front of the stage. And they cut the song, and they like kicked him off stage.
They're like, nope.
Nope. And then I had already been hanging. I was standing over by Lane and Jeannot. And I think Jeannot, I can't remember which one of you, it was either you or Jeannot, was like, well, I guess you won. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. And then Holdren comes in, and for whatever reason, he decides that he's still won. And I don't know. And I'm like, I'm trying to get my way out of this from hitting Holdren in the face, however I possibly can. And he's like, you didn't even get up, so I won by default. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, I won because you couldn't even finish the fucking song. They kicked you off stage. And he's like, you want to go outside? And I was like, yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to take over for a minute.
Okay, yeah, take over, please.
Because now it's me and Jeannot and Corey sitting at the bar at Mother's. And we didn't realize for a couple of minutes that Cameron and Chad had gone outside. So we're just sitting there drinking our beers, talking, and Jeannot, is the first one to notice. He's like, where are Cameron and Chad? Like, I don't actually know. Are they outside smoking? And I think Corey was like, well, they're outside. I don't know if they're smoking. Like, oh, wait. Are they treating this as a real bet?
Yeah.
So
I was trying everything I could to make it not a real bet and try to back out of it, dude.
We walked
really
outside and turned to the right and past the crowd up on the corner. I'll let you take it from impact. But turn the crowd, past it, we turn to the right and we're like, oh, there they are. And somehow Chad, they're sort of jaw-jacking, and Jeannot's concerned. And I'm like, no, they're friends. It's not gonna. And in the time it took me to not finish that sentence, Chad's hand ended up on Cameron's throat, and then Chad ended up on the ground.
All right, take over.
So I was standing there with my hands in my pocket trying to figure out how to defuse this situation.
The Lane tactic, hands in pocket.
I honestly was trying to defuse the situation, but Holdren, when he goes on a tear, man, he just fucking starts going off, and he's like, I'll fucking kick your ass, motherfucker. And I'm just thinking to myself in my head, I'm like, dude, you've never been in a fight in your entire life. I've literally fought for you on at least 80 occasions. You get yourself into something and I have to get you out of it. And I'm just watching him talk. And then he just decides, I guess, I don't remember this part. So this is the thing I don't remember. All I know is that I'm standing looking at a stone wall with my fists up, and there's nobody in front of me. And so then I look around, and then there's Holdren on the ground.
Now wait, hold on.
And I'm like,
we need to frame this a little bit. Okay. The histrionics that Holdren is capable of are beyond anyone I've ever met.
Fair.
So this is the progression. Holdren on the ground. The first thing that happens, you know Homer Simpson's run where his shoulders are like pinned and he runs around in a circle?
Yes.
So this happened a couple of times. Then he jumps to his knees in slow motion, and his head, it's like it should have been in a movie. His palm goes to his eye like this, and he looks at it, and it's just red because he's just bleeding from his eye. And he fucking jumps to his feet, and I've never seen it in real life. I've never seen it in live action. Like, his head tilts back, and this scream comes out of his mouth, and the Ren and Stimpy fucking tongue starts spitting out of his mouth. Okay.
He goes, you fucking hit me. and I was like, yeah. And then he just jumps up on his feet, dude.
Wait,
and we have these.
Are you going to go through the dress? Because you have to understand, we're in San Luis Obispo in the mid-2000s. Literally everyone is dressed in flip-flops, jeans, and a T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Except Jeannot, who's probably wearing a $2,000 like wool coat. Mm-hmm. And Chad.
and
fucking Chad.
Shoes that are worth $1,000.
Yes.
And then there's you. And then there's me, who dresses like me. And then there's Holdren, who has python skin fucking cowboy boots on.
Not joking. Like,
Dude,
painted on
he literally
black
runs
Wranglers.
like this.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like a fucking cartoon, bro. He was just like...
Dude, the high knees with the legs out, like...
and like the full fucking... He looked like he was rave dancing while he was running. And then fucking what happens is we're all trying to chase him because we're all like, oh shit, he's going to get himself into real trouble. And I'm feeling horrible. I'm like, oh God, I fucking hit Chad. Jesus. You know? You know, that should never happen. Like,
There's
you know,
no
it's like
that.
it's like grabbing a baby and punching it, bro. Like, no, that's just stupid. Like, why did I do that? So I'm running after him, and Corey, so we're all running after him, and Holdren's quite a way in front of us, mate. And then
dude,
he
separated.
goes like this. He's like boop 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 boop.
That fucker
And
can run in boots.
Dude, he's goddamn good at running in boots. So he just goes boop boop boop, and then he just falls into
the bush in front of the Lotus dealership.
Yeah.
Can't make that up.
Right in front of the fucking Lotus dealership. Dude.
All right.
And so Corey, okay, so yeah, now the Corey thing gets involved.
Oh, dude, Corey starts taking it personally, and he's just randomly like, "I will murder him."
Well, no. So what happens is that Corey went to help him out of the bush.
Oh yeah.
And then Holdren goes and he's like, "I'll fucking kick your ass, man." And Corey's just looking at him. He's like, "I'll fucking murder you, bro."
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, dude. So now I'm in between the person that I just punched in the face and another person. I'm like, no, Corey, do not kill him, please.
So what happens next is a 30 to 40 minute progression of chat. Like, we get him about 20 steps, and then he just randomly falls to his knees and starts crying and babbling on about a photo shoot or fucking some such nonsense. We are, when I say 40 minutes, we are no more than 6 blocks from the house.
He's choking on his beer right now.
This is all true. This all actually happened, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
So we're trying to drag his ass back to literally where we're staying. And he just, I mean, it must have happened 6 or 8 times where he just randomly drops to his knees and starts crying and just babbling.
Finally, we end up carrying him into the house.
Yeah, we finally get him home. And we're like, home.
Nope. Fuck. So Corey wants to still kill him.
Yeah.
And so I take Corey, Lane and me, the two adults in the room apparently. We decide I'm gonna take Corey into the backyard, and he's gonna take Chad and with Jeannot, and they're gonna have him over there. So I go into the backyard with Corey, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, "I'm gonna fucking kill that motherfucker, dude. Like, how the fuck would he fucking with me and you fucking bullshit?" And I'm like, "Dude, Corey, it's all right, dude. I already punched him in the face. He doesn't need me more. Like, trust me, he's all right. It's fine." And he's like, "No, man, fuck that. Nobody talks to me like that shit. That's fucking bullshit, mate."
So while this is happening, I have Chad in the front room with Jeannot. Jeannot finally got tired of him, and like they disappeared. I think what happened is Jeannot went into his room and left Chad somewhere else. I don't know where. This is how Chad got free. So
This is how Chad got free.
the cherries and berries show up outside the front house. Like I see him through the curtains, and I'm like, okay. And I don't remember who looked at me. Someone's like, I'm gonna talk to the cops, and I'm like, everybody in the fucking back. I am talking to the cops,
dude. So hold on, I keep going, Lane, but I'm gonna go because I have to take a piss real quick. I'll be right back.
So everyone in the back, I am talking to the cops. And I am ready for a lot of things, right? Noise ordinance, fight, like drunk in public, all these things. I'm framing San Luis Obispo a little bit. So, cops are at the door. I'm about to open the door. Everyone has disappeared. So far as I know, there's no one else in the front room but me. I am prepared for a lot of things to come out of this cop's mouth. And I open the door. And the cop says, "How are you tonight, sir?" And I said, "I'm good. What can I do for you, officer?" And he goes, "Well, we have a report of a kidnapping."
Ridiculous. This actually all happened. I can't fucking believe it.
Not in any way prepared for that word to come out of his mouth. Now, mind you, it didn't matter. I didn't need to respond because there was an intervening act. And that intervening act was a bloody fucking mess of a Holdren over my right shoulder. I felt this presence here. I should say at one point, like before I answered the door, Holdren had picked up a knife and he's like, "I'll deal with this." And I'm like, "Motherfucker, get in the back."
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
No, dude, he picked up a fucking, like a chef's knife, like a 10-incher. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
You know, every time you're telling the story, he takes a drink and almost chokes on it.
So, we have a report of a kidnapping. Presence right here.
Chad.
And I look over and I see Holdren bleeding, not crying, which was rare at this particular instance. And I look back at the officer and I say, "Officer, the kidnapped the officer. Do y'all mind if I sit on the porch while you work this out?" And he went, "Yeah, that's fine." Yeah.
So,
and then what happened next was I was not there for what happened next.
so I'll take it from here. So I'm in the back with Corey, and he's like, "I'm gonna fucking murder this motherfucker," blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "Dude, calm down. It's all right. I already hit him. You don't have to hit him again." He's like, "You hit him hard enough. I'll fucking murder that motherfucker." And then all of a sudden I hear from behind me, I hear, and I'm like, I turn around and there's a police officer there with his clipboard. And I'm like, "Oh shit." And he's like, "Okay, I've had a long night. I honestly, it's Mardi Gras. I don't want to fuck around with this. So, which one of you is Chad?" And Corey's like, "Fuck you, pig. You fucking piece." And I'm like, "Dude." And he's literally, the cop is like, "Dude, you better control your friend." And I was like, Corey. You got it. Like, okay. I was like, "Neither of us are Chad." And he's like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm just gonna. And I was like, no. I think I know what you need to know. And he's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Chad's in there. He has his eye split open, and I'm Cameron, and I'm the one who punched him in the face." And the guy just laughed, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's Chad. I'm Cameron. I punched him in the face." And he was like, "Okay, well, you stay out here, and I'll go in there." And then I wasn't in there for the rest of it, so I do know what happened afterward. But Lane, probably better for you to tell that part.
I wasn't there for that either. That became a Chad and Jeannot situation.
Oh, so yeah, so I do know from, and someday we'll have Jeannot on the podcast as well, I'm sure, and we can go through this story again and give you more details. But basically, what happens is they go up and they talk to Jeannot is now babysitting Chad, and they put Chad in a cab to go to the hospital to get stitches because he got 6 stitches over his eye. I didn't even mean to fucking hit the guy. I have a
If he lived with Josh, he would have been good.
Also, 6 stitches, not a huge number.
Not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been